Bienvenidos and welcome a Cositas Mami Never Told Me, a podcast that dives deep into the Latin cultural norms that have long haunted the feminine genre. Montate and buckle up porque it's going to be a roller coaster ride. Nos fuimos! What up, y'all? Coming straight from California. Estoy aquí en Los Ángeles, California.
Where it's so sunny?
No. It's not sunny. It is raining. But we had a few sunny days. It's been a very nice experience being over here, helping Miss Rocio heal from her titty surgery.
I may do a reveal at the end of this episode, but I don't know how I feel right now.
She got some amazing titties. I don't know what the fuck she's talking about. But
did you enjoy your time in LA?
Absolutely.
What was your favorite part?
My favorite part? There were so many. I like going to the Grove.
Mm-hmm.
To the Grove. I liked going. I really enjoyed eating Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles, but then I threw up.
No. You can't just dive into something like that and just shortcut it.
But that's what the fuck happens.
What happens? Let's walk through the experience.
So
tell them where Roscoe's is, what it is.
So Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles, it's like a staple in Los Angeles. I got the story yesterday from Phil, and he told me that a man from New York stole the concept, apparently, or something.
I mean, you know.
Let's not say stole. Allegedly.
We love Phil, but this is a public platform.
Allegedly.
Everything is always accurate.
Right. So, allegedly, a guy came from New York. He came with the same concept of some guy that was doing chicken and waffles over there. He came over here. So, it's become this staple in Los Angeles. So, every time somebody comes from the East Coast to Los Angeles and they come back home, they're like, I went to Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. And it also came out in, like, various movies.
No, it's like
you know what I'm saying? So, it's like
I think it's like, don't quote the movies, but it's probably in like those ghetto movies like Friday or like whatever.
They got to be ghetto movies.
I'm saying, you know, the ones that are based in like
urban movies. Yeah, so
with like Ice Cube and those
and
people.
Snoop Dogg and all those people. Yeah, so yeah. So then I just was gonna get a fried chicken with a waffle, and
you did, and it was delicious.
And it was I tore it down when I tell you the shit went down. Like if you got Waffle House in the East Coast, it was like that. I tore it down. And then
Rocio, you had
no, hold on. I'm telling you. So then Rocio ordered collard greens, mac and cheese, and chicken. So then I see her mac and cheese and the way it looked, because I make mac and cheese, I was like, let me get a bite. So I tasted it, and then the lady came back. I forgot Nadia. I said, Nadia, can I get a mac and cheese? Mind you, there was like 17 million people that were Spanish working in the restaurant. But anyway, and it's a soul food restaurant.
Every employee was Mexican.
So I was talking in Spanish. But anyway, so I get the mac and cheese, and then I got a fruit punch / lemonade that was crack. But I tell you, if you like Kool-Aid from back in the day, that shit was crack. So
that might be what set you in.
Mixed all that together, and then I was feeling so good, and then I got up, and then all that shit started in my stomach, man. Not throw up.
No. So what she didn't say is, so we go to Roscoe's, we go to the one that's in the hood. We get there, and Diana's so excited. She's like, "Oh, it's in the hood? You know it's about to be good." Right?
It wasn't even helicopters, y'all. It wasn't even helicopters for criminals.
Early birds were like literally in the parking lot. And it was so low.
Look at the helicopters. They're looking for criminals.
I was like, that's really low. I'm like, they're early birds. And in this neighborhood, they're just always around here, which is very popular here in LA, that the helicopters, it's either the news following a chase or the police looking for someone who's jumping fences in people's backyards.
Yeah.
But so we go in, and the food actually, I'm not a fan, but it was actually really good because it was fresh. But her and my husband, they went all
the way in.
Like they got the sweet fruit punch with the lemonade, with the fry, with the mac, with the waffle, with the butter. Could have been the butter and the syrup too.
I think so. I gotta preface this by saying that I haven't had fried chicken or fried chicken in a long time,
and
bad.
Poorly.
Yeah,
so we do. But the point of my story is right. So, we left the place. Literally, we drive out of the driveway. And Dee goes, something ain't sitting right. And I said, I thought she meant she had to go to the bathroom. I was like, yo, we need to turn around.
She was looking through her pharmacy because she carries a pharmacy.
Oh, I carry a pharmacy. I literally took out my pouch.
But it was here.
No, I took out my pouch and I was like, I got Alka-Seltzer, I got gas X, I got Nauseate. What you need?
I said, that shit coming out.
It doesn't matter. We drive out. We don't even make it 2 blocks. And we have these vomit bags in the car because Sophie gets car sick. And she literally goes, I'm going to have to use this vomit bag. So I said, oh, wait, you're for real. And she literally starts vomiting. And I felt so awful. It all happened so fast.
I felt awful that you guys had to smell it. Like,
funny, I didn't smell it. I didn't smell it.
I threw up in it
so fast. She went right in
and I twisted it because I was like, nope, yeah, ain't gonna.
And then I had to tell Phil, my man, please pull over. He's like, should we pull over?
He's like, oh, she throwing a grip.
So he pulls over and he proceeds to vomit and finishes. But ready? Finishes, drinks her water, spits it out, does whatever she does, put it in the trash. I'm ready to go. And I'm quick to be like, should we go home?
Hell no.
It feels like, do we need to? She's like, no. Never
That's
in
my
life.
My stomach.
She's like, no, it's all gone now. But then she said, but damn, it was so good. I was like,
lining calories.
This is in my head.
Calories went in the garbage.
Stick like that. I don't even want to see it. Like, ever again. I have an Applebee's story that I will not share.
Well, you see, I didn't eat the mac and cheese.
You didn't eat it last night.
I was like,
because we always go OD and we ordered some plastic and collard to go because we were like, when we get home tonight, we're gonna eat.
I wanted the extra waffles your husband had. You ain't gonna eat those.
Thank God you did not. Can you imagine?
I think I would have shitted myself. It would have been a double situation.
It would have been ugly.
It would have been like, I'm going to throw these pants away because I shitted myself.
Waffle that Phil had already saturated in butter and syrup.
So good. So good.
Both of them. And they greased.
Oh my God. But you know what? Never again. Like, I was telling Rosia, when I get back, I'm going to be like blind like this. Like water intake, working out like a fucking maniac.
Hard.
I got to go hard because you know what? I'm fluffy. But it's okay. I'm good with it. I think I still look fly.
Wait.
But
you're what?
I can look better. Fluffy. I'm fluffy. Like, you're fluffy. Yeah. Like, if somebody lays on me, they're going to be comfortable. I want my husband to lay on me and be like, baby, you hard. Yeah, motherfucker.
I like fluffy.
You like ain't nothing fluffy about you but the new titties.
Wow, that's a great transition into today's episode. Okay.
Everything else hard. You choose your body.
We are transitioning into cirugía plástica.
Plastic surgery, y'all. Plastic surgery. And more in-depth BBL.
You know what I'm going to do here for those watching on YouTube is be like, I'm going to add all these pictures of like BBLs, tits, facelifts, all these pictures right here. So right here, we're going to cut and we're going to go here, but I'm leaving this in the podcast so you guys can go to YouTube and watch and click below and subscribe. Right. That's what Sophie says.
Hey.
But we're having a conversation about plastic surgery. That is so prevalent with women in 2023 overall. But I think, you know what? It's a generalization. I do think that the specific BBL may be higher in the brown community, as in Latinas and Black women. But after going through my plastic surgery procedure, white people be getting plastic surgery early.
And a lot. By the way, Beverly Hills was another spot.
Oh, you enjoyed Beverly Hills?
That's where this one got a procedure.
Yes. So me and Dee thought of doing this podcast because I have wanted to get a breast reduction for a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
I got my period when I was 12, and I think I went straight to a double D within months. And I was like a 00 in high school, so tiny with big boobs. That being said, it's cute aesthetically until you get older, you start to gain a little weight, your back starts to hurt. Like my back was...
I know you would always complain about your back.
In shambles. And then because of my arm, I was born with scoliosis, so it was heightened. So then you don't think about the weight, right? But then I work out a lot. I try to be active, and it's constantly, I was starting to do this. So even before I had my daughter, I had wanted to do a breast reduction.
And nobody wants a hunchback of Notre Dame.
Girl, because what is big titties with a hunchback? Nothing.
Not attractive.
Sadly.
I've seen it.
Yes. So then I got pregnant, and I was like, I'm going to wait until I have Sophie, or if I want to have more kids. It does not look like I'm getting pregnant again. So I finally made the appointment. Oh, that was another thing. I had looked for plastic surgeons, and because plastic surgery has become so, I think I would say mainstream, there were 2 surgeons that I found, one in Texas and one in Florida, that I think do amazing work. But their wait list was 3 years for a consult.
Was one of them Dr. Miami?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
He's crazy. But anyway, go.
I know, from the TV show, right?
Yeah, but I heard he does really good work.
I'm sure. Because at the end of the day, even though it's a TV show, they're doctors. Like,
they're doctors, yeah.
They're doctors. They have to fucking deliver. So I ended up moving to LA. I was still, like doing research here and there, whatever. I'm having a conversation with my girlfriend. She had a breast reduction and a few other things done. And then our other friend had her implants. And then our other friend got implants as well. And they all went to Dr. Payman, who I will tag below, who was amazing. So then I was like, you know what? What's better than like first hand referrals? And she showed me her breasts and they look great. So I made an appointment with him. It was fairly quick once I was able to get the date. And then Diana, because she's such a great friend, came out here to take care of me for the week. So now I went from
But she's a fucking trooper.
Yeah.
She's a fucking trooper, let me tell you, because 2 days, she told me the second day.
The second day was the worst. So yeah, I'll talk about that too. So the first day I was so high on the anesthesia that I didn't feel high, like woozy. I felt like good. Like I felt like, oh. But day 2, when the anesthesia wore off, it was when I was like, I couldn't move my arm. I couldn't. It wasn't like pain, like labor pain. It was pain like I had just been in a fight pain.
Oh shit.
You know, like sore, like your body's like beat up. And I'm sure that's from all the like pulling, tucking, like whatever they have to do. But it was more like having been in a fight. And it was a constant like throb of like, so it's never a time where you're like, oh, I feel okay. And then you do something and it hurts. It was like day 2 into day 3, which I kind of knew because with my C-section, and the nurse was so spot on. She was like, listen, when you get to day 3, it'll feel better. It just happens that way. And for me, that's how it happened. So they told me the same thing. They were like, day 1, take it slow because you're going to think from the anesthesia that you're fine. Day 2 to day 3 will be the worst. And that's what it was. And when I looked in the mirror, I definitely was immediately after surgery. And Diana will tell you, I looked down and I was like, oh my God, I made a mistake.
Oh my God, I look like a boy.
I felt like I looked like a boy because I was swollen everywhere besides my breast though. I'm going to show y'all a picture here, or maybe not. Okay? Because and
I had to tell her.
I looked in the mirror and I said, I genuinely was like, I made a mistake. I made a huge fucking mistake.
Okay, so day 3, she's standing in front of the mirror, right? And she has no qualms about being naked.
Ever.
Okay. And I'm very used to her being naked around me.
Always.
So I'm fine with it too. And if I wasn't, she wouldn't give a fuck.
Band-aids and incisions. I'm like, what?
Right. So she's standing there and she's like, oh my God, now you can really see the fat. So I had to go over there. Right. And pull down my pants and show her what real fat looked like.
She joined me in the nudity.
Yeah, I joined her because I was like, B, this is fat. If you sit down, I put it on your shoulder. Like, that's how.
Didn't you do that to Nat?
Yeah, I did. Nat,
yes.
She used to hate when I did that.
She's like, I used to do this to Nat.
No.
And Nat's like, please don't do it. And Nat is always so proper. Please don't.
I used to pick up my gut and put it on her shoulder.
Please don't do that.
No, but then one more day or two went by. And
I think by the fourth day, she was I was like, oh, okay. But it really happens when I went to see Dr. Payman. Oh, that's what it was. Yeah. So Diana will tell you about her Beverly Hills experience and what she saw in the office and stuff. But so then it was, my surgery was on a Friday. I did, thank God, I was smart enough to do a recovery place for 3 nights because of the baby and because, you know, Phil's health is so like up and down. So then Diana got here that Monday, and by Wednesday, I went to see the doctor. So it wasn't even a week. And when I saw my breast with him was the first time I was like, oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Because until then, it was like wrapped and I could only see a little, just enough. And you guys have to understand, I went from a 32 HK kind of, depends, HIJK. Yeah, sometimes I was a K depending on the bra.
Jesus.
Yeah. And it was like a beautiful breast. Then
so far removed from my C.
Girl. See, I see you.
I see you.
So, and again, I've had big breasts my whole life. So it went from that. And then I say from a nursing H after I nursed my daughter to like my nipples face outward. And it's like, all right here. Mm. So I, for me, it was definitely a like mental trauma for a few days where I transparently was like, did I make the right decision? I felt very, and this is no offense to women with small breasts. I think we all come in different shapes and sizes. I think we're all gorgeous, but you guys have to understand, for someone who has always had large breasts, I felt very unfeminine. Like I felt like not a girl.
Well, thank goodness that most of us that have the smaller, now I got a little bit more, but most of it is sagging. Let's keep it real. And the bra makes it look like there's something going on. But anyways. But I don't think anybody takes offense to it because I know that growing up, I wanted to do my boobs.
Right.
Like, you knew that. Like, I've always wanted to do my boobs.
Yeah, you have said
I've always
Diana always used to say, if I had your titties, I'd walk around with a tank top.
White beater.
No white, bro, just a white beater like, ah. And I'm like.
But God knows who we gave titties to.
And ass. Because if he would have gave me ass, I may have kept the titties in the back pain. Okay, and this is why we're talking about plastic surgery today. No,
but you know it's crazy that back in the day you didn't see people getting plastic surgery, like,
or did we just not know about it?
Well, growing up in my family, my family, like my aunts, my mother, and their friends, everybody was pretty much like just living check to check or the next phase.
So is it because of financial?
So I don't think financial.
Yes, right now, I don't think people's finances have changed. I think people just go into debt.
Not because they get them little taxes around.
The tax refund?
March, yeah. And they go get that shit.
I wonder, that's probably something.
That's true,
if it's high.
That's true.
It's a high
and they got payments too.
Oh no, you can put your ass on a payment plan.
You can put your ass on there.
Thank God I had saved money, but they have options. I don't think every doctor, but they have options where you can just like, you get stuck into a payment plan.
Shit.
That's crazy. So imagine you got your new ass and you still paying it off for like 4 years.
I mean, it's like college.
Really not like college.
No, if you think about it, the payment plan, you're gonna pay.
But at the end of the day, I mean, depending on your decisions on employment,
right? What you're getting the BBL for?
Exactly. Maybe the ass is leading to it. So that was my plastic surgery experience. And then me and Diana were like, you know what, we should talk about what's really happening in the world right now from a like fun perspective as well as like a more serious perspective, with people really feeling like they need to have plastic surgery. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So we did a little research and we're going to share it with you.
Well, first of all, this only really became popular, I want to say 10 or 15 years ago, right? When J-Lo and first J-Lo, because J-Lo's natural. And then, well, her butt is. She's always had a butt.
I do think
she's always had a butt.
You're right. I do think she kind of like started to make it okay to be feminine. Her butt has actually gone down, I think, because she works out so much.
Yeah.
But
even Kim Kardashian, I said,
Kim came after.
Yeah. So even when she met her, I remember watching an episode when she met her, and she was like, you know, I've always liked your butt, and you know, I just had to have a butt, and you know, so then I think once Kim Kardashian got it, because she's white, it became like this explosion. You know, and I started seeing them, I want to say about 15 years ago in the hood. And I was like, wait a minute.
Fake asses?
Yeah, like 10, 15 years ago. And I'm like, well, that's what I was saying, you know, like when I speak to people and I'm like, well, shit, I've known you my whole life. So if I come up to you and I ask you, where'd you get your work done? Don't get offended. It looks nice. You're like,
sweetie, we went to high school together.
Like I've known you
as a pancake.
There's no way. Like you could do squats, you could do cycling, you could do mountain climb, whatever the fuck you're doing. You're not gonna get a massive ass and hips. That's not gonna happen. You may get a slight lift in your ass, like in your glute.
You may get hippier when you get pregnant.
Right. You may get a little. You're right. But these
let's
fucking
call it
things
what
are
it is.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like
call it what it is. It is.
And I mean, no hate, because a lot of y'all look amazing, but some of y'all look bad. Because I don't know where y'all getting this work done. And I think it's very important to make sure that you do your research. If you're thinking about getting a BBL, make sure that these people are professionals. Make sure that they're licensed. Make sure that they're real doctors. Because we've all heard the horror stories about all these people that are getting their fucking injections done in hotel rooms or back alleys or basements.
Cardi B.
Right. So you don't want that.
Cardi B has been
or to get injected with some bullshit.
Some crazy shit in her ass.
Right. Or getting injected with cement. I remember hearing a story in New York. This lady
was injecting cement in like Washington Heights.
What the fuck?
Yes. And what's the other one who had a TV show? K. Michelle got all her stuff. She supposedly got really sick from her.
Yep.
From her stuff.
And then she took a lot of the stuff out and she looks great.
Gorgeous.
But it's almost like a double-edged sword, right? Because if she wouldn't have got that stuff done, would we know K. Michelle?
Exactly. So that's what we're going to dive into today. So Diana actually did some digging, the researcher in her. And we're going to dive into some history before we go into why.
Okay. And then for those of you watching us, like, if we're talking and any of us start looking down or looking off to the side, we're looking for notes. We're looking at notes because we're trying to give you stuff that we've researched. We're not being rude to each other or to you, but we don't have anybody holding a cue card. So whoever wants that job, hit us up.
Yeah. And also sometimes we're looking because our DMs and our subscriptions are going up so quickly.
Tell your friends. Tell your friends. We're so psyched. Oh my God, we're so psyched.
Subscribe.
And you guys are enjoying us.
Right here's where the logo goes. Follow us.
Yeah.
Cositas.
Okay. Oh shit, not about my cleavage.
I mean, it's all product placement.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, so I was telling Rocio earlier that I found it very surprising that in 1960, Ivo Patongai, maybe Patongai, was the one that founded the first plastic surgery training center. Guess where? Fucking Brazil, yeah. In fucking
Brazil. Are you surprised?
I wasn't surprised. I was surprised it was 1960.
I was surprised it was 1960. I wasn't surprised it was Brazil. 1, 2, I've said it 7 times that I need to go to Carnival because first of all, I think Brazilians, and we met the most gorgeous Brazilian guy yesterday, ironically, but I do think Brazil produces some of the most beautiful people. I do think they produce some of the most beautiful people with natural bodies, but I do think they produce some of the most beautiful people with plastic surgery bodies. Because
they do small adjustments.
Yes, it's very natural. It goes very much with the body. And I saw this year on social media, like throughout Carnival, the samba dancers, they come in so many different varieties. But I'm like, yo, I literally want to squat like every second for the rest of my life.
Yeah. A squat will make you have a nice little round situation. But did you know that it is the BBL is the plastic surgery that's the deadliest?
Yes, I did know that.
I didn't know that. I thought it would be like something else.
Do we know why?
I didn't know. Well, I did find that I guess there's something in the butt. Hold on. I have so many notes. Let me put my glasses back on. I'm so sorry. There's a vital heart artery that's located near the butt. So if it gets injected with fat by mistake, it can cause a blockage and you can automatically just have
cardiac arrest. There's an artery in the butt.
Near the butt. Yeah.
Near the butt.
So when you're injecting shit, you might. So if it's not a professional, like I was saying earlier, somebody that don't know what the fuck they're doing. Wow. So people die of heart attacks on the table, which is, I'm not laughing about that.
Well, no. But P.S., I'll never forget, my girlfriend's husband went in for a knee surgery and he died. So I say that to say we never know like how the arteries or veins or blood vessels or things go up to our heart or our brain can paralyze you. Like real talk, not to get too deep, understanding the aesthetic and the outside picture of it. I'm pro plastic surgery. I'm pro doing whatever you want to do that makes you happy. 100%. I think Diana is too. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure, but I am more like, please do your research. Like, yes, it's cheaper in Colombia. Yes, it's cheaper in other countries, but there's a reason why these people, yes, I do think plastic surgery is a huge business in the United States. And, we can talk about proper protocol and laws and things that are in place politically connected and for financial reasons. But these countries do not have to adhere to a lot of regularities. Or like, for instance, when we went to Mexico and Phil fell down a flight of stairs, it's not like you could just sue the hotel. Like here, if you fell down a flight of stairs because they were mopping, you could sue the hotel. Mm-hmm. But in these countries, it's basically like, oh, we're sorry for your loss. Okay.
Take your shit and get the fuck up out of here.
Ain't that crazy? But P.S., am I wrong, or do you know recently the people who got killed in Mexico, weren't they on their way for a plastic surgery?
Supposedly the girl was going down for plastic surgery. To me, it's kind of fishy because if I was going down for plastic surgery, I ain't bringing 3 men.
Oh, that's true.
I'm bringing some girlfriends because I know my girlfriend's going to take care of me. These dudes ain't going to take care of me. So I was thinking there was something more to the story. Mm. But that was the reason why they said they were going.
So the reason supposedly they were going is and then supposedly the cartel or whoever knew they had money because they were going to pay for the surgery or something.
Right. Which sounds fishy to me. And one of the things that I knew I was looking for, like how long does it last? Because I know some folks that had gotten, plastic surgeries in their 30s, and now it's like been 10 to 15 years, right? So now they're in their late 40s, and if you don't work out and maintain, you're just gonna be fat with a butt that just sticks out awkwardly. Like it just doesn't. Like,
what? Because
it does last. And you have to
put fat, right? Mm-hmm. I didn't do my research on that part, but. There's an option to put fat. There's an option. Is the silicone option still an option to put in your butt?
Right, but it's not. It's a form of silicone, but it's not something that they recommend.
Okay.
They would rather take fat from your body to do it.
So check this out. So when I went to Dr. Payman about my breasts, I absolutely 100% asked him about lipo. Mm-hmm. Because when I had Sophie, yes, I know I'm not big. I'm not saying that. Whatever. But when I had Sophie, I had a C-section. It's been 3-4 years now. I still can't feel anywhere around my C-section. But no matter how much I work out, I have like that excess skin. And what I do love about Dr. Payman is that, 1, I went in for a breast reduction and he didn't try to convince me of anything else. 2, immediately he said, you cannot have liposuction because you will get Tara Reid stomach, which I guess is like lumpy. Which I noticed. So this is all things I'm going into ignorantly because I'm like, oh, really? What's that? But then I realized Cardi B must be getting a lot of lipo because now and I love Cardi B. I love it. Now, if you notice, her stomach is starting to look lumpy. But that's what happens when you have kids, when you get the lipo, when you don't work out, like all these things work. But at the end of the day, you have to walk into a healthy lifestyle and maintenance. It's not just gonna stay the way it is.
Right. But I understand the pressures.
Well, I mean, but again,
coming out here,
like, and Diana will tell you,
oh but there's a difference
between getting plastic surgery because you're a celebrity and everyone is looking at you, and then getting plastic surgery to walk Don Dykeman in New York. Like, there's differences. In my opinion.
Right.
But he was the one who put me on to, I said, wait, Dr. Payman. So you're telling me, he's like, the only thing you could do is a tummy tuck. And I was like, what? I felt for me, and he did too. He's like, I don't even think I would perform a tummy tuck on you because I'm too small. You know what I'm saying? But he's the one who explained to me, because I said, how do these girls get this like hourglass and these hips? And he's like, well, it's like the mommy makeover, which is a tummy tuck, a breast lift, either with implants or without.
Talk about the staple stomach though. Also.
Oh, yes. And then you add the fat that you remove from the waist with the tummy tuck into the butt. But he also put me on to the fact, because my question was about Khloe Kardashian. And I was like, I need to better. So this is me with my plastic surgeon, and he's basically like, fuck, like this is not an educational moment.
Session.
But I definitely went in with a list of questions.
And also, feel free to ask your doctors all the questions, because you're going to be fucking paying
100%.
a whole bunch of fucking money. Ask the fucking questions.
100.
And if they're feeling bothered, maybe you should go to a different doctor.
100%. Like the one thing is, first of all, you're a customer, even though this is surgery. You're a customer, and they should take their time in addressing and answering any of your questions. 2, I am a woman. I feel like I'm super confident, but I'm so self-conscious as well. I'm going to have scars. I'm going to go through all this. So at the same time, I'm like, if I could get some lipo done, and even though I work out hard, as you guys know, and I still don't lose this. But I learned that day, because I was asking about Khloe Kardashian, how her bone structure has gotten small. And I was like, that to me is like, how do you do that? He didn't say that he knows this for a fact, but he did say that he believes she may have gotten some sort of,
a lap band.
Like a lap band, or what is the other one? Gastric bypass. Gastric bypass, which makes sense, because if you notice, people who get that, they start to lose so much weight quickly. I think the difference with Khloe is, 1, she has the money to maintain it, and 2, she puts in the work to like
in the gym,
and nutrition wise, again, because they have the finances to get a masseuse and a physical therapist and a chef. You know, that all this stuff goes into what it is to maintain these bodies. But I left there like mind blown for real, because I was like, I said, Dr. Payman, are you telling me everyone's getting tummy tucks? He's like, absolutely. It was like second nature. Everyone's getting tummy tucks.
But it was a revolving door. Like,
when you went in.
So when I went in with Rocio, first of all, this office is beautiful. Okay. They had gold chairs and some fucking furs and shit. And the walls were velvet. I was like, what's happening in here? Like, it was a vibe. So I'm looking at the commercials. You know, they have like this running commercial of all the services that they provide, before and after pictures. They had the creams and stuff that they sell in the office. So I'm sitting there taking it out. As you guys know, I'm a freaking sponge when it comes to shit like this. So I'm just sitting there. And then I see them on Doctors. They're on
the funny thing
extra
is,
Entertainment Tonight. And then I'm like, oh shit, I've seen these motherfuckers.
I didn't even know that.
I've seen these motherfuckers before, because I watch so much fucking TV. So then they came out, and I was just like, oh shit, yeah, that's him. I saw that guy. And then I'm sitting, and in my head, I'm like, Rocio and Phil are like, oh yeah, we're gonna bring Rocio to the doctor. I'm thinking, okay, we're gonna go to the doctor. We pull up in Beverly Hills, okay. We pull up in Beverly Hills.
If you're gonna get it done, you're gonna have to go to the back.
To the Beverly Hills plastic surgery group that's been on TV. I'm like, I've seen this on TV. Right, so we walking up, whatever, we go inside. I'm watching all this stuff happening, going on, and I'm just like, the revolving door. Like, there was so many people coming in and out of that.
We're gonna have to do a part 2 to this podcast, because there's a lot of men.
Yes, I was about to say. So what they're getting done, but I was just like, and I mean, it was white women, it was Spanish women. I didn't see any black women, but I'm sure they come there too.
The lady he did the day after me, which is the breast reduction he showed me, was black.
I saw some before and after pictures
she
of
did
some
a breast
black
reduction. And then the funny thing is, the work that he showed me as an example the first time I went was also a Black woman.
Okay.
But she had done the breast reduction. I think she put an implant and she did the mommy. So she did the mommy makeover. She did which, by the way, she looked amazing. It's just not for me. It's not, I'm not there right now. Down the road, who knows? But I'm not there right now. But it's kind of nuts. But my bigger question, of course, wait.
Go. So before we even got to the office where Rocio was getting, so we go up to the whole building
every room in surgery. There. Every room in
the whole building. So we get up to
if you want to reshape your finger, I think you could do it in that building.
Second floor. So we get to the second floor, right? So we got to hang left and take a right, go down the long hallway and take a right? And they're the last suite at the end. I am passing every fucking, they had a jaw, they had a fucking nose, I'm like, you can literally get everything done in this building. It's a one-stop shop.
You don't like the way your finger looks you could probably fucking get it cosmetically.
It was crazy. And then everybody that worked there was gorgeous.
Oh, they're so beautiful. Isn't that nuts?
I was like,
Speaking of Brazil, the one woman that I think is
the redheaded one.
Oh my god!
She's
from Brazil.
I was like, wow. But anyway, it was a great experience to go and just to like soak all that stuff in, and then it's just crazy how like when we were being picked up, her husband had said that one of the guys from Earth, Wind and Fire had came out the building. So I was like,
I mean, that's typical Beverly Hills.
Yeah, but it's like everybody's getting touched up.
So you experienced that, and so did I, because it was my first time ever. But then you walk into this place and you feel like, fuck, they know what they're doing. It just gives you the energy or whatever. And you feel confident. So mind you, I already have anxiety about doing this. But can you imagine going into someone's basement?
Or a hotel room, hotel room?
At one point, does your intuition be like,
maybe
this isn't what we should be doing?
Right.
You know, and then that makes me think, and Diana and I were having this conversation, what has our society done where are we getting plastic surgery for ourselves or for other people? And what has happened in society that now it's like, I mean, maybe it's not just now, but it's like, I feel like women potentially get these BBLs and these like procedures for themselves, but really for other women to be like, oh my God, girl, you look so good. But I do think that subconsciously it's creating these expectations of women for men that puts more pressure on us. Does that make sense? I feel like it's all going like this. I feel like now these younger boys have these expectations that girls need to have tiny ass waists, big ass hips, big ass tits. And it's
But they're walking around with receding hairlines, big ass bellies.
And dicks that don't get hard.
Or small ones.
Oy, fuck.
Jesus, we just went left.
I wonder, does payment do that? I don't know.
I wonder. Right? Damn, that's probably what that white dude was there for, because he looked crazy.
Oh, so to answer your question, I did see videos in the office of men. They are getting tummy tucks. They are getting pecs put in. I actually worked out.
And probably like calves, right?
Yeah. I actually worked out in Connecticut this summer when I was there. And this guy comes in and his pecs are like titties. But the funny thing is, during the workout, I was like,
they weren't moving.
Not only that, he didn't really like work out. And you could just tell, maybe it's because we work out, you could tell someone who goes hard in the paint. And I was like, I mean, he looked fit, but the pecs were like slapping him. So he leaves and I had become cool with one of the instructors. And I was like, is it? And he goes, nah. Like immediately he knew what I was asking about. And the guy had gotten fake muscle. He was gay, but he got fake like muscle plates. I don't know what it is. Is it silicone?
Eat off my chest.
Eat in between my cleavage.
Yeah.
Why do you think women are getting it done?
The pressures of, even though it's become better, right? It's become better. Thank you, Rihanna, because when she started doing her Fenty line, her lingerie line, she was very inclusive with everybody coming in. Thank you, Lizzo, for coming through and 100%. Just having people just, being okay with who you are, whatever size you are, whatever. Perfect, right?
Because the funny thing is, Lizzo's like vegan and works out a lot.
She really does. And she's very happy in her skin. And I'm like, go ahead, Lizzo. And I hope to meet her one day. But
so cute.
So cute. So I think the pressures that for so many years have been put upon us, not really men, right? Because there's no commercial saying your dick needs to be bigger than this many inches.
When, by the way, usually it does need to be bigger.
Whoop.
PSA.
A balloon.
For those women listening and for the young girls listening, shout out to Alyssa, who we love. But sweetie,
you're talking to her directly. We don't know her mother and her father. Don't be talking about this.
But
don't,
sweetie,
girl,
please
don't settle.
settle. If and when
you're right. What?
Because right now you're about to start school.
You're gonna be 30 years old when you have sex for the first time.
But please.
Sorry, Lucelli. Sorry, Lucelli.
Let me walk you through this. Sidebar.
Be like, damn, these bitches calling us out.
My bad.
No, but we love that that you're listening to us and maybe sharing with your friends who are also in their 20s.
Amazing.
But like the pressures. By
the way, Alyssa's body?
Out of control. And her boobs. I'm sorry, Alyssa. She's gonna be so surprised. Basically, and probably terrified. You're amazing. Okay. And she got real eyes because some of these chicks out here with these contacts.
Oh, so cute.
These contacts.
But them titties?
Okay, she's probably embarrassed.
Reel it in.
Let's reel it in. So the pressures, I think, of just Hollywood and TV and rap videos.
And did say, after I've been here, I've realized that the pressures in, like you said here, LA, New York,
Miami,
super intense just for the normal person. Because Diana's like, yo, everyone here is so skinny, but like unhealthy skinny.
Like it's like they're like looking for this. I don't know. Do they put like a melon between their legs and then lose weight, and then they have like this big ass gap? Like I wouldn't mind a little tiny gap, like because my thighs haven't seen a gap in about 4 years. But I'm just saying, like I was just noticing and how small, just tiny. These women in all ages just.
I do feel there's just a lot of pressure no matter what you do. I mean, let's not even talk about what you decide to do for a living, but there is a lot of, and I do 100% social media has created a lot of pressure, even if you work from home. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
There's something to be said about what the fuck is it where we were watching The Farmer, that show, right?
Farmer wants
Be the farmer or whatever. Farmer wants a wife, because I rarely watch TV, but when I do, I want it to literally fry my brain. Like I don't want to think.
She calls it garbage TV.
It's what's trash. But of course, me being the fucking heavy human that I am, when I'm watching, I told Diana, I look over her, I was like, you know what I see? I see so many insecure women. Like that's what I see on this screen right now.
There was only one that was like really secure, the one that said, no, I'm leaving.
Yeah, she was like, I'm out. Like, I was going to feel this energy and I don't. But then the other girls, I say that to say the other girls were like crying.
After one day.
One day.
And don't even know what's going on down there.
Mind you, one day, and the farmer already said, I want to let y'all know that usually I go west.
Yeah.
3 days a week.
And you'll
be on the farm alone.
No. But Rocio said, look at these bitches. They all skinny as fuck, but they all got cowboy boots. What type of reality they think they walking into?
They literally are walking into like a fucking Aeropostale ad. I swear.
Right, but then when they got there, it was a real farmer like, I need you to roll this hay out for these cows. And they were like, what?
And let's not mention the man's houses. Regular, degular. I was so confused with the casting of the show. I was so confused with every aspect of the show. And then I told Diana, and she brought up a good point. She's like, the fine farmers probably don't want to be on the show because there's some fine farmers.
Listen.
Like if we're gonna sacrifice everything, some of them were like accountants in New York.
Mm-hmm. A therapist, a nurse. I was like, you about to give up your life? Get the fuck out of here.
She said, I travel west 3 times a week.
And he probably got some pussy over there.
It's 3 times a week, and I gotta say, why traveling west with you?
Shit, fuck that. Then you gotta go to the water hole and find
what is it that you said about the insecurities? Again, pro whatever you want to do. Little Botox, fillers, plastic surgery, get your tits. For me, it was my back aesthetically. And selfishly, I want to wear cute little tops. I want to wear dainty tops. I've never been able to wear them my whole life. My breasts have never matched my body. Do you? I think the point of this podcast is 1, do your research, and 2, always make sure it's coming from a place of that's what you want to do for you. You know what I'm saying? Because when I tell you, I have been blessed with recovery. I do think that and I told Diana, I think it has a lot to do with the fact that I'm super active naturally, that I work out,
and she takes care of herself.
I take care of myself, because when I tell you, what were you saying about the BBLs and recovery?
Oh, you can't sit on your butt or lay on it 3 to 6 weeks, depending on your body. So the minimum is 3 weeks. So how the fuck what are you doing? You on your knees. I mean, if you're comfortable on your knees, do your thing. But you can only like really side lay down, but not on the bun part, on the front part. So like you got to lay on your stomach to sleep. So these are all things that you have to think about and research before you get there. Also, if you do get a BBL and somebody botched it, hopefully you got it done somewhere where somebody was a professional doctor and all that stuff. Because it can be reversed.
Get it and you get a botched job. Yo, I'm like, the other thing is like our bodies are not meant to be
there's a whole show called Botched.
Yes, our bodies are not meant to be put through so much stuff. And one thing I wanted to not forget, I was online because, of course, I feel like my ass has deflated in a week. But I was looking on the social media and I put in booty building. Every single video I found was women who, yes, they work out now and they're super fit, but they have fake tits and fake asses. So it's like...
Or they wear the fake butt pad thing.
Or that.
Because that's what was found out about the TikTok leggings. The girl that was modeling them at first.
She had pads?
She had a pad. And they
the ones that go in the crack?
They outed her. They outed the company. Now everybody wearing them things, and it's honestly not good.
I mean, not everyone is. I mean, this is a no.
Wear what you want, but I'm just saying.
If you like it,
we love it, but we just saying.
Yeah, no.
Everybody has a mirror. Like, come on.
That's the other thing. Like, you know when you're showing up as your best self, and you know when you're not. What I had some notes. What else? I know that you wanted.
There was one more thing I wanted to say. If you do get a BBL, or if you know somebody that did get a BBL, you have to make sure that it was done by a professional, a doctor, where you got your research and all that stuff, because it can be reversed only if it was done right. So if it wasn't done right,
you basically die with the toxicity in you.
No, they'll take it out, but they won't be able to reverse it in the sense of giving you a form, right? They'll just take it out.
But then after that, you like whatever your ass shape is what it is. But I
mean, there's butt pads.
But that goes with everything, because with lipo and stuff, like you get lipo or cool shape or those massages that you love or whatever. But if you then go and fucking have burgers every day, they don't. It's
match.
All about from beginning to end. If it's a journey you want to be on, you have to dedicate yourself to the maintenance. Because I won't say who, but family members who have had gastric, who have had, fat taken from their arms or whatever to match, and they are right back to being very large people. So it's like nothing is like it's like Dr. Payman said. He's like, Rocio, there's no such thing as like a miracle procedure or like an immediate gratification or you want to be thin or like there's no such thing. I think my bigger thing that I wanted to address on this is like, do we feel culturally like there's a lot of pressure to be this typical Latina, voluptuous, red lip, breast and like tiny waist situation. Because why else would a regular degular girl in Washington Heights be so pressed to get this work done?
Mm-hmm. Or in Hartford.
I mean, isn't Bernice Burgos like super transparent about all her
work? Absolutely. But that goes to say, like I was saying at the top of this, that if I grew up with you and I'm like, oh my God, you look amazing. Where did you get the work done? Don't get fucking mad at me. I know it's work.
Right.
And you didn't do it at the gym. You can't be at the gym taking pictures of your ass and shit. You're not sweating. You're on the treadmill doing some bullshit so that people can see that you went to the gym, but you went MIA for like 2 weeks. Just tell the truth. Like to me. And if you don't want to tell the truth, be like, yo, D, don't, you know what I'm saying? Don't say nothing, whatever. Fine. And if you don't want to tell me, that's fine too. But don't get mad at me. We all know it's work.
Yo, so you're telling me, okay, so you live in Connecticut.
Right.
Right. So I live in LA. I've lived in New York. So for me, the bigger metropolitan areas, these are things that I see like regularly, like it's nothing. But you're telling me that even in a place like Connecticut, in Hartford, whatever, you see this like very often.
Absolutely.
But like
I see bad ones too. There's some
to go to eat at like Outback. I don't understand. I mean, no times because I'm all
or small to fuck multiple guys at Echo Park. Boop.
Jaw drop. Wait, what?
I mean, they're everywhere. They are everywhere.
Let's not even. I mean, we're gonna end up doing a part 2, but these procedures cost money. Even if you go to Colombia, they cost money.
They cost money, yes.
Because even when you go there, you can't leave the country. You can't get on a flight. So you have to pay to recover. You have to pay for a place to stay.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah. So please research, and we're gonna do a part 2 because we want to talk about just everything, right? Like,
nose jobs. We are going to do a part 2 because there is something to be said about nose jobs. We love Cardi B once again, but
we'll talk about those fillers.
Stop.
Cardi B is starting not
chopping to. I mean,
Lil Kim. I mean, Michael Jackson.
Or the next episode will be about people starting to reverse and remove things like Blac Chyna.
Mm-hmm. Blac Chyna.
She's reversed. She took out her fillers. She's taking out other things from plastic surgery. I think there may be a movement where women will start because a lot of women are starting to replace their implants that used to be like, I believe, don't quote me, silicone and had leakage to like something that's more natural or smaller. I had a friend recently who went smaller with an implant.
Oh.
So I do not overall, because there's always going to be people need OnlyFans is paying people a lot of money. I get it. Mm-hmm. But to me, if you got an OnlyFans, if you a stripper, no offense, if you are in a business that requires your appearance to be voluptuous or whatever, to me, there's more justification to someone who has to do that than someone who's just doing it to walk through Cole Park.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Not that it's a judgment zone. You do what you do if you want to do it to walk through Cole Park. But sweetie,
that shit look crazy. Wait till you come to Cole Park. I'm gonna show you. There's a few.
First of all, tell people what
now when they see this, they're gonna be like, this bitch just be watching us to fucking talk shit on her podcast. Yeah. Because I can talk about whatever the fuck I want.
Cole Park is a park in Connecticut where Diana's husband plays on a team in a softball.
My husband and a lot of my friends, like for years, I've been going to Cole Park. I've been going to Cole Park since my dad played there.
So look at that. She's OG. But Cole Park has now grown.
It has
into
grown.
A runway.
No, let's not go that far.
For all
we ain't giving none
BBLs and plastic surgery.
And I'm always in the cut, and my crew they know who they are. Will, Lucelli, Els, they my crew. We sit over there and we have a good ass time. They are like the best. And also, I forgot her name, but she is Mysterio's mom, and then her mom, and then Lucy. There's a whole bunch of us. We get together. I love Lucy. Lucy is the best. That's my girl. That Lucelli mom, I swear we have conversations that I know nobody know about. And I'll be over there like, yes, I love it.
About what conversation?
Yeah, exactly. Nobody no conversation. No conversation. Yeah, but yeah. So shout out to all my co-partners. You know how we do. And the boys, because I sit with the boys.
Nobody cares about
the men.
So tell us if yours plastic surgery stories. If you want to share, if you don't want to share, tell us of bad stories you've heard or your personal experiences. If you want to know who my plastic surgeon is, I will tell you 100%. There's also some other very well-known plastic surgeons that I did research on. They were just out of my budget. And I feel very good about the results of my surgery.
So you're going to reveal?
No.
Okay.
I'll reveal
next time.
Day.
Yeah, another podcast.
I'll reveal. But they little itty bitties. And
the nipples are saying, hi. Them shits is like, pow. I was like, damn. Because after you have some kids, your areolas become like fucking frisbees.
Oh, so that's the funny part. So I used to have after Sophie especially, I used to have a large
I remember, bitch, you showed me your shit.
Of course. I have pictures as well. But he had to cut out my nipples. So now she's like this and like petite. Like the areola, the nipples the same, which I love because I've always loved my nipples. But the areola is like a perfect little circle.
I'm happy for you and your titties, girl. I can't wait for you to wear all them shirts. I was telling her we went to... We went to the mall. We went somewhere and I was like, you want to try some tank tops?
I was like, I can't.
I was so happy for her. I want to try it.
Like,
and then I'll be like, then I kissed her off.
That's what she wanted. She's like, try on the tank top so I can wet you.
Are you going to join a wet t-shirt contest?
Happily, bitch. Happily.
Ooh, okay, that all came from my childhood. Sorry.
We love y'all. Thanks for watching. Subscribe.
Thank you for watching.
Click below.
Sorry, Alyssa.
Follow us. No, Alyssa, we love
you. We're so proud of you.
Bye.
Gracias for listening to Cositas Mommy Never Told Me. We hope you loved this episode. Make sure you subscribe, follow, and share Cositas Mommy Never Told Me on all your social channels. Todas las redes sociales. And don't forget, if you want in on the real tea and see all of our reactions to the craziness, watch this episode on YouTube. ¡Qué bochinche!